and good morning and welcome to JoyNews Interactive here on the JoyNews channel. We are on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 144 on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. We're at JoyNews on TV. I am Apita CBD and today we're talking gadgets and technology, how they have changed our lives in this year under a pandemic. In this year, tech innovations like Zoom, for example, have been extremely crucial in getting all of us to keep in touch with friends and family amidst unprecedented lockdowns and restrictions in movement. Today, we talk about that. Also, are you aware that WhatsApp will be going off several phones beginning of January? Well, today we'll tell you all about it. But joining me in studio to give me some of the best trends, best tech trends of 2020 is our very own Spiky Kobe Nkrumah. Woo! No?
No.
No.
Need more energy.
Okay. Woo! No? Yes?
Usually,
Yeah.
you know, we do our usual man's not hot.
Yeah.
Man's never hot.
Man's
Mine
never
can
hot.
be
Man's never hot.
Yeah.
Man's never hot. All right. How are you, Spiky?
I'm very well. Getting
good?
into 2021.
Yeah.
Already hyped, as always.
And it's been a good year for tech?
It has been, actually. Every other industry has suffered except tech.
Except tech. And that's why today we have our cell phones on set, because we'll be talking about tech, and we just want to show you how comfortable it is and how awesome it is to have this little gadget in your hand. So that's why we have our phones on set. Spiky, let's start with you know that about WhatsApp, right? Yeah, of course you do. Wow, yeah, of course you do. Okay. But before we get there, let's talk about some top 10 trends, tech trends. Because with coronavirus, we had to stay in our homes, lockdown, restrictions. Some couldn't fly back home if you were visiting a country, and Zoom came in. Zoom was very popular, and also Telegram became very popular.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why, but Telegram was very popular. It was very popular, yeah.
Very.
Okay, so take us through some of the top 10 trends, and let's have a conversation about that.
So, number one, online shopping became a thing because people couldn't go out.
Yeah.
So, imagine, well, even in Ghana, where we don't usually do a lot of online shopping, people started buying things online, looking for stuff from the online classifieds and social media. Buying, like marketing. People were selling stuff on social media. They were doing a lot of that stuff online. And so it raised a huge boom. There was a huge boom in online shopping, which had an effect on someone's pocket. Yeah, Jeff Bezos became the richest man as a result. And it's becoming richer and richer and richer.
By the day.
By the minute.
By the minute. Yeah.
He's super rich right now. I wish I was him.
All right, so now with deliveries and online deliveries, I think it also, besides the COVID-19 pandemic, it's also about convenience.
Yes.
People just are starting to want convenient things. Why should I go to a certain supermarket when I can literally, for example, in South Africa, you can literally pick all the things you want from like an onion. Yeah, how many you want, and it will get delivered to you.
Exactly.
Which, it's just also about convenience. Like, I just would rather be at home than go into the supermarket. What else do we have at number 2?
So at number 2, we have digital and contactless payments. With COVID coming into the scene and we trying to stay safe by not touching stuff that other people have touched and wearing masks and all that, contactless payments became a thing. And mobile money in Ghana and other countries that don't have advanced contact payments where you could just touch your phone on a POS system and make a payment. We got to a level where people were doing more transactions using mobile money, all this cash on your phone methods, and bank transactions were heightened in this period. You didn't get a lot of people handling more cash, although in our country we are more cash based economy, but we saw a hike in cashless payments and contactless payments the world over.
But let's talk about the dangers, the pros and cons of contactless payments. For example, firstly, I have to put in my name, my surname, where I am, and all my details.
That's if you're doing online shopping.
That's what if you're doing. Also taking it back to online shopping. Give me like 2 pros and 2 cons for online shopping and payments, cashless society, if we have to say it like that.
Well, number 1 is, like you said, convenience. And it makes it easy. You can make payments online, anywhere, without having to go to the bank and now going to transfer money, withdraw, and then make a direct payment. You don't have to physically be there. So that's actually 2 pros in 1. But the con is security. As with everything digital, you have bad players standing behind, waiting for you to make the least mistake, and then they just snatch that money from you. Or so, for instance, like you mentioned, your password. We had a lot of people, because everything was being convenient, they were saving their password on their computers. And then you have all these bugs going around. Someone, sneakily installs something, they can grab all that information, your credit card details, your bank details, all that. They can grab that information, and with that grabbed, you're in trouble.
Talking about saving passwords on your phone and
your browser
I learned a very bitter lesson this year. On my phone, on my birthday, so my phone someone forgot my password. Okay, so I tried to enter it a couple of times, and after a couple of times you are disabled from entering your iPhone. Cool. And so I had to take it to the iPhone store, to the Apple store, and they deleted everything, so they wiped it clean.
To get it back.
I had my passwords, my email, my everything, my Facebook, Twitter, everything on my phone. And so I had to reset everything.
Wow.
So a lesson to you all, don't save your passwords on your phone or on your computer. Save it elsewhere, because you will learn a very bitter lesson like I did.
Well, don't save it anywhere unless you have a password manager. Then you can save it inside. I know people who save it on a notepad somewhere, or they write it on a piece of paper. If someone grabs that stuff, you're dead.
So, okay, password manager. What if I forget my password for my password manager?
Why would you forget your password for your password manager?
Because it has a lot of passwords, and I'm confused about my password.
Well, that's why you're not generating the new passwords. The password manager generates the passwords for you. And then saves those passwords in there. So you need to remember just 1 password.
Just 1 password. Okay.
Very convenient.
Okay, that's very convenient. All right, and number 3, what do we have?
So number 3, we have remote work.
Okay.
I think that was awesome. A lot of people were working from, even our broadcasters were broadcasting from home. And some companies, Google, Facebook, they still have employees working from home, with Google saying they're probably going to extend it till September 2021.
I saw that,
it's a good thing. I mean, I'd like to work from home the whole time.
I'd also like to work from home. And I think, you know what, it's like a new way of life. They say we should adapt. And I think it's good. Firstly, companies will save a lot of money.
Exactly.
But that money has to be transformed or transferred into something else, which is like providing data for your employees.
Well, I'm of the view that, the employee would have spent money on transportation anyway, so if they're not coming to work, why don't they transfer that money into the... I know people hate me for saying this.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking no. How much? Okay, I get you, but how much do you spend for transportation? How much do you spend for data?
Do the math. You'd realize.
I feel like data is a bit more expensive.
If you be watching Netflix all the time, yes, it'll be more expensive.
Yeah.
But if you're doing only work, it's not going to be expensive.
Okay, so it's going to be more expensive because now listen, I'm at home, right? For maybe my show is at 11 o'clock. So I'll prepare for my show for the beginning of the day or in the morning. I prepare for my show, I do my show, and I'm done. What am I doing? Or during preparation, I'm streaming music. Okay.
What's that our expense? I'm talking as your employer. That'd be my expense.
I get you, but I get you. What I'm just saying that data is going to be more expensive because I'm streaming music. So I wake up, I stream music. Okay, cool. Zoom, we have a conversation via Zoom, or an interview via Zoom that I did before for my show. That's some data. After that, there's more data because now, it's more chilled. Now I'm Netflixing and chilling. Okay, but
see, so it's more chilling, not working.
Well, I mean. Okay, yeah. So give us number 4.
So number 4 on that list, you have people who are dealing with distance learning. That's the children and the students who are in tertiary schools. I mean, I was more concerned with the kids from classes 1 to about 5 because they're younger. At least maybe 5 they're even older and they're more disciplined. But imagine kids from class 1 to 3. and those who were in kindergarten or something. It's quite difficult for them to catch up. And so, yeah, I think it really pushed us to explore different possibilities. And yeah, we're seeing a whole new paradigm shift.
Okay, so we've got someone joining us via Zoom. We'll get to them right now. I just want you to give me number 5 and then we'll break there. Telehealth.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
what's that? Sounds interesting.
Well, you can't go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Because everyone is sick, and those who are in the hospital, they're dealing with COVID, and what's the risk of you getting COVID when you go to the hospital?
Yeah.
So if you have some mild symptoms of something, you could easily just go on an app and tell a doctor, hey, I have these symptoms.
Okay.
And then the doctor could tell you if you have something like COVID or it's just probably a fever and just get some medications for it. So that came in handy.
Okay. Spike, you have someone joining.
Let's clear down.
Join us via Zoom, but apparently he has turned off his video. So Clenam, okay, he's back now. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh,
good
okay.
Morning.
All right. Spiky.
Yes. Clenam, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah. So we're talking about the tech trends of 2020.
So Clenam, I want you to tell me what was your favorite tech innovation for 2020?
Is it a tech innovation? Well, I'll say my favorite buzzword. Tech innovation, I would say, is Zoom.
Okay.
Because Zoom brought people together even during the lockdown period. So, communication is important. Connecting with people is important. So Zoom will be my favorite tech innovation. But for my buzzword, it will be work from home because, well, everybody loves working from home.
Okay, so now what are some of the lessons we can take, like some of the tech lessons we can take into 2021? Seeing that COVID-19 is not going anywhere, for someone who's not a techie person like myself, what are some of the lessons you think I should learn from 2020?
I think that going into 2021, one of the key things is that whatever you're doing, whether it's business, whether it's personal, you have to look technology. As you were saying, those of us who are into technology, as you were saying, innovate or die, people were not listening. Now COVID has pushed or catapulted that whole buzz. So now companies are now understanding the fact that they have to think technology, or they have to think the cloud, or they have to think how they can employ technology in doing the things that they normally do. So I think that going into 2021, if you're thinking of selling maybe shoes or selling whatever, you have to think, first of all, technology before you even think of even renting a shop. So I think 2020 has started one thing, that technology is here to stay. And it's actually we are actually even in the basic stages of technology right now. So it's going to develop even from now on until the future.
So Clara, do you foresee some of these changes that came in 2020 because of the COVID season pushing us into 2021? Is it going to grow further, or are people going to revert to what was already there before?
I think that is going to, what 2020 has taught us is that technology is here to stay, first of all.
Yeah.
Are we going to go back into what we were doing before? Well, I don't think so. Yes, there are a few people who would go back into time. But there's this one thing that I always say. While the world is moving at a fast pace, sometimes we as individuals must think slowly. So while the world is doing, I for one, I'm not really big on wireless earphones.
Okay, so it seems like we lost Clenam. The tech guru's internet went off.
Ghana's internet.
No,
is what's causing this.
But as a tech guru, you need to do like some shakara things and your magic and your tech magic so that your internet works. Clenam, do we still have you? Do we have Clenam? Because my other question I was going to ask Clenam. See, he's frozen. Tech guru. I mean,
how is that his fault?
How?
No, this is uncalled for.
I can't think far. It's
like saying that a mechanic's car doesn't break down.
Hey, tech guru, your mic is off now. Okay, tech guru's back.
My mic is on.
Okay, you're back. You're back. Okay.
But you see, so this actually tells us that, I mean, our internet must be as fast as possible, because if we are going to be jumping onto these things, we must have the enabled, ecosystem. I'm talking of, I mean, even the telcos must, be pushing very fast internet, because in some parts of Ghana, you're still getting, 3G, and when it goes to 3G, it's very, very slow.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of things that must, be enabled to enable us all jump onto this whole, technology bubble. So that is my take on it.
So my last question I wanted to ask, and it's also related to data. Do you think it's going to be lucrative for us to move into like the digital world in terms of like using Zoom more often? Do you think Ghana can actually do it? Let's say looking in the next 5 years.
We can do it. Absolutely, I think we can do it. And again, 2020 has taught us that we can stay at home and learn. We can stay at home and work. We can stay at home and even have telemedicine. So there's a lot of things that 2020 has taught us. So the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
So we need to think, even the government needs to think of how it's going to employ technology in even doing the things that it normally does, so that we don't have to necessarily go to a board meeting physically.
Yeah.
We can actually have board meetings virtually.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of things that we can think about that can work. So we need to open our minds to those things.
Okay, so give me some of the things we can expect for 2021 in the tech world. Something that you are personally excited about.
I'm excited about virtual reality.
Okay.
And again, I'm looking at it for education. I'm looking at it for healthcare. I'm looking at it for various applications across, the economy.
Yeah.
I see that really, really happening. Whether it's going to happen in Ghana, I still think that it's going to happen in Ghana, but it will be a slow adoption, because it's very heavy on hardware, it's very heavy on internet, it's very heavy on software. So it's going to take a while, but we will get there, and we are getting there.
Okay, we will get there, and we are getting there. Thank you so much, Clenam. I hope to see you in 2021, and we can discuss all the nice tech things happening in that.
My pleasure.
Year. All right, Spiky, talking about what to expect in 2021, I'll ask for expectations, but you know that WhatsApp is going off. Obviously, you know that. Now, Samsung Galaxy S2, Apple iPhone 124, HTC Desire, LG Optimus Black, Motorola, Razer Android devices released before 2010. And then if you have any of these phones, you need to update to iOS 9 or higher, or Android OS 4.0.3 to still be able to keep using WhatsApp. Let's talk about that a bit. What's happening in the world of WhatsApp?
Well, every app updates as time goes on.
Okay.
And now the updates are also dependent on the OS that your device is running.
Yeah.
So for instance, you can't go and take the computer that I used to learn how to, work on computers, from like that Pentium 2, and bring to today and expect it to run the latest version of Windows.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be able to run it. The same way, all the applications that are developed for Windows right now may not be able to run on that architecture, because the software in itself is outdated, the hardware is outdated.
Yeah.
So yeah, that wouldn't work. So the reason why this is happening is because the software has grown.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the clothes it's wearing is not fitting it anymore.
Yeah.
So you either have to update the software on your phone to be able to house the WhatsApp now, or you have to get a new phone. If your phone has not been updated, in some cases, some of these phones listed, they don't support them any longer. I mean, if you're a mobile phone manufacturer, think about all the phones you've developed prior to, before 2010 to now. And you have to develop updates. You need software engineers to be writing updates for them, although they've stopped updating some of these devices. So WhatsApp will not work on them. That means you have to hack.
Yeah.
If you can't afford a new device, you have to go on the forums, find a way to hack the device to install a later version of the OS that you're running, so you can use WhatsApp on it.
Talking about affording a new device, a lot of people seem to think that this is just a money-making scheme. That, I mean, you guys can make it possible that it works.
You're always looking for new features. Users always want, we want video calling. Here's video calling. But video calling depends on your phone to be able to do this. We want, secret chats. We want to be able to chat, and then when we close WhatsApp, you should delete all those chats. If your phone doesn't have the feature that can automatically do this, then that software is not going to work.
Okay.
So your features that you keep asking, I'm talking about us, the users,
Yeah.
is what informs developers to keep updating and then making sure that the app has new features that you'd enjoy. But if your device is not, supporting it, then you can't use the new features. Then what's the essence?
All right, so if your iPhone looks like the phone on the screen, first of all, I don't understand why you still have this iPhone, but that's what's in concern me. If you still have this phone, my friend...
That looks like the iPhone 12, actually.
Really? No, it doesn't.
The iPhone 12 has these edges. It's a joke.
No.
You've been teasing them. Apple, see, you brought back the same old phone.
So listen, my friend, if you have this phone, like trash it, okay? Because WhatsApp won't be able to work here.
Maps will give you money to get a new one.
It ain't a problem.
I saw you today open your purse.
It ain't a problem, baby. You want me sika.
Money ain't a problem. Yeah,
money ain't a problem,
money
baby.
farmer. Money farmer.
I mean, you know that.
Yes, too much money.
All right, Spiky.
You forgive me some more.
Oh, it's not a problem.
My wallet is here. Should I open it?
Yes, please. Okay, let's invite. Hey, Spiky. Only two Hey. Fine boy.
Shall
Okay, all right.
Fine boy, no money.
Fine boy, but Onisika. All right, but we were speaking to some people on the streets of Accra of what the expectations are in the year 2021 in the world of tech.
I do a lot of online meetings, and my work is very much online. So a lot of Zoom and then Google Meet. Those have been the platforms mainly for meetings. And when it comes to chat, I mean, it's basic social media.
Okay, so I think WhatsApp, I don't know what I would have done actually without WhatsApp. That's like my where to go to for calls, video calls. I made use of Zoom. And also, I think Netflix, of course, and YouTube, obviously. Like, I learned so much and, did so much with YouTube this year, Took the opportunity to learn a lot.
I'm a teacher. I use Zoom to teach my kids. Yes.
I use the Zoom for some lectures and then the Google Meet for some client meetings and then office meetings as well.
So they were telling us about how they used technology during the pandemic and how they utilized the world of tech. Talking about the world of tech, what can we expect? One thing we can expect in 2021, aside from virtual reality, which I know you're very excited about.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.